Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today we're going to do the bouquet basket, something for your kitchen or maybe your storable. You could also probably even put like plastic bags if your area is still into plastic bags. My area is more into the recycled like reusable bags. But we're going to do this little basket, and you're going to need a total of 4 colors, and you can see all the different color combinations here. I'm going to see how much yarn we have left over, because you actually might have yarn left over to continue to make more. Then maybe that's why there's a different sets of colors here. So we're going to begin today. You'll need 2 sizes of crochet hooks. You'll need a 4mm size G and a 5mm size H hook. You'll also need a tapestry needle to attach these flowers to the bouquet. So without further ado, we're just going to read ourselves through the pattern step by step as I'm crocheting, and you can follow along and play too. There's also a whole set of instructions for the flowers that you'll see and the leaves that will be out here on the back, and we're going to get started today. So let's start doing the basket first. So the yarn of choice is suggested hot pink, hot green, hot orange, hot blue. Guess what? They're hot. So let's get started. What color basket do I want? Well, I'm gonna try for an orange. Well, why not, right? Let's start with a hot orange and let's have some fun. Let's begin with our smaller hook, which is a 4mm size G and hot orange in my case. And let's create a slip knot to begin. This is an easy level project. So we're going to just chain 2. So 1 and 2, and go second chain from the hook. Let's do round number 1. So just apply 6 single crochets into the first chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So using a small hook like this with this cotton is not stretchable, so it's going to be feeling really tight, which is perfect for your application. So you want to slip stitch to the beginning one. If you're not sure, just count it back from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So slip stitch to the 6th one back. If you're not sure, that's how I do it. Even though I'm experienced, I still count, and that makes my day happy. So check off number 1, and let's begin round number 2. Let's begin round number 2. Chain up 1, and in the same way you did the join, apply 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. So how I like to count it for myself, if you were not here, so I would chain 1 and I would say 1, 1. So I put 2 stitches in there. The next one I'll say to myself in my head is 2, 2. This helps me keep the count. The next one is 3 and 3. Follow my drift. And then the next one is 4 and 4. Next one is 5 and 5. And the next one is 6 and 6. So you're done. So then you slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet, and that's how I kind of keep count. It's always kind of harder to see that one stitch that's right at the end, so that's why I count it like that in this particular round. Let's move on to round number 3. So to go faster in this video, I'm going to give you the stitch count for repeat, and you repeat it all the way around. So what you're gonna do in this round, round number 3, is chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet into the stitch, and then 2 into the next. 1 and 2. So then the repeat pattern for this is 1 into the next one, and then 2 into the next, and you do that all the way around, please, for me on round number 3. If your mathematics are right, the last stitch will have 2 in it, and then you'll just slip stitch to the beginning, single crochet for round number 3. Check that off your list. Let's do number 4. So let's begin. Chain up 1, and in the same one you did the join, do 1 single crochet, do the next one as 1 single crochet, and then the next one has 2 in there. So 1 and 2. So let's review that one more time. So the first one is by itself, the second one is by itself, and then the next one has 2. Please do this all the way around for round number 4. When you're coming all the way around, the last one has 2 single crochets into the same stitch. I'm just keeping count, no big deal, and slip stitch to the first one. Let's begin round number 5. Chain up 1 one single crochet in the first three. So one by itself, two by itself, three by itself, and then the next one has two into the same one. So to review, the first one's by itself, so one, so is the second by itself, the third by itself, and the next one has two. Please do this all the way around. That's right, this is round number 5. Coming up to the end of number 5, there's gonna be 2 into the last one, and number 6 is gonna throw us for a bit of a loop in a moment, so I'll show you some tips on that. So let's just join it to the beginning one, and let's review number 6. And the reason why number 6 is gonna throw you for a little bit of a loop, but I'm gonna show you a trick on how to cheat the system. Just remember that we just did 3 single crochets by itself. The goal is that there will be 4 that separate the increase. How you see in the project that there's no slip stitching lines really, or no growth lines, is because where it's growing has been changed, and that will change in number 6. So let's just start off and see how you do. So we're just gonna chain up 1, and we're gonna do 1 single crochet in the next 2. So 1 and 2 by itself. This allows us now to change where the growth is, because the next one I need you to put 2 into there. So 1 and 2. So from here, this is where I would start the repeat in your head. So the next 4 are by itself, so say 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the next one has 2 into the same one. So we've changed the location from the growth from being over here to shifting it back, so that you don't end up with a pesky line. So you're gonna do that all the way around. So 4 and then 2, 4 and 2, and the last 2 will be 2 single crochets by itself, and you'll see that that will naturally happen. Let's continue with round number 6. Now coming up all the way around, I just put 2 in, and I only have 2 stitches left, which is just a 2 by itself. Okay, and then slip stitch to the first. And so we just changed where the growth is. So round number 7, we're going to change where the growth is one more time, and we may do this a few more times by the time we get bigger. So we're gonna chain up 1, and this time in the same one as the join, so 1, and do the second one, 2, and do the next one, 3, and the next one, 4, the next one, 5. So 5 by itself, and then 2 into the next. So we've just changed where the growth is once again. So 5 and then 2, 5 and then 2. I'll see you at the end of this one. This is round number 7. Coming up to the end of round number 7, there's just 2 into the last one. I'm just keeping the counts, and then slip stitch to the beginning. Now let's begin round number 8. The growth is gonna change its location again. So let's just show you how to teach that. So the last time I just writing the number 5 was in number 7. So number 6, there will be 6 single crochets in a row, but we're just changing where it's gonna start. So we're gonna chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in the first 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 is gonna be in the next one. So 1 and 2. So in my head at this moment, I will count the remaining of the round 6 single crochets, 2, 6 single crochets, and 2, and then when you get all the way back around, there will be 3 single crochets that will be by itself. So 6 and 2 continue for round number 8. And coming up to the end of round number 8, the last 3 single crochets are by itself, and I'm just keeping the right counts. Looks like I have a big orange in my hand now, and slip stitch to the beginning. Round number 9, we're gonna change the location of the growth again, so you don't really physically see where it's growing, right, because we're changing that location. So chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in each of the first 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 into the next, and then 7, 2 into the next, and then 7, and then I'll see you all the way around. When you come all the way around, the last one has 2 single crochets in it because you're keeping the counts, and then slip stitch to the beginning. So rounds number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are all the same. They're just simply just chain up 1 and 1 single crochet in each, and this will cause then the bottom of the basket to start forming for you. So it's 1 in each. I'm going to rely on you to do rounds number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Just check it off as you go. Make sure that you slip stitch when you come all the way around, and then just chain up one and start up again. So make sure that you are finishing on time, so, or like at the right stitch. So I wanna just point out something. If you're new to crochet, this is not the stitch here. That's the end, it's this one. This here is leaning into the first one, that's the chain one, and that's not a stitch, that's just something. So please do 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm writing that on my list and then checking it off as I go. So let's begin round number 15. We're gonna do a subtle decrease from the stitch counts, and just to go a little bit smaller than what we have. So we had 54 stitches going around. We're only gonna go down to 51. So it's gonna create a nice really long slow transition to be able to do like the vase shaping of this. So let's just do this one nice and slowly. So you chain up one, and we're gonna do one single crochet starting in the first one of the join and do the first 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now the next two are gonna come together. So you're just going into the first one, pull through but don't finish it, go to the next one, pull through but don't finish it, and then just yarning over, pulling through all 3. So it's not a repeat pattern of that. So let's continue to go around. So one single crochet in each of the next 16. So let's do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So 16's in, the next two come together, and it says we need to do that twice. Okay, so put those two together and another 16 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and then put the next two together. And now because we're almost all the way around, the remaining ones that you have will each be one single crochet, and that will conclude off round number 15. So rounds number 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, it's just gonna be one single crochet in each. Because you've just eliminated out a few stitches, you'll see that it's gonna get a little more narrower, which is the goal with what we're trying to do. So slip stitch it, and now do rounds number 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 as one single crochet in each, and just check it off as you go to make sure you get the right count. Just to recap, so rounds number 16 through 20 is just chain up one and one single crochet in each, going all the way around, and just slip stitch and just do this. And I'll see you at the end of round number 20. Up to round number 20 is now done. 21, we're now going to do another reduction. It's a nice easy one to remember though this time. So chain up one, and this time we want to put 15 single crochets in a row and then two together, 15 and then two together, and you'll do that a total of 3 times, and you'll meet me back here. So just do the first 15 and then two together. I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm coming up to the end of number 21, and I'm just putting the last two together. So this was 15 to get by themselves, and then two together, and you did that a total of 3 times. So now let's begin rounds number 22, 23, and 24 is just one single crochet in each of the stitches going around. So 22, 23, and 24. Please do that now. I'll see you at the end of number 24. Okay, I'm at the end of number 24. So 25 is another subtle decrease. So we'll take this whole row round slowly. So chain up one, and we want to do one single crochet around the, or single crochet in the next 7, including the first one. So 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then put the next 2 together. And now this time the next 14 are going to go in and then 2 together, and you'll do that twice. So let's count those out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and then put the next two together and do that again. So 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and then put the next two together. And then finally all the rest of them are just gonna be one single crochet in each until you get all the way around. That was round number 25, and then let's do rounds number 26, 27, and 28. They're just one single crochet in each going all the way around. So let's just quickly review that. So just slip stitch to the beginning and do rounds number 26, 27, and 28. Just chain up one single in each all the way around for 26, 27, and 28. I'll see you at the end of 28. So up to round number 28 is now done. Round number 29 is a nice easy decrease. So chain up one and one single crochet in the same one and continue that. So do 13 in a row, which includes that one, and then two together, 13 in a row and then two together, and you'll do that all the way around. And I'll see you at the end of this round, round number 29. So 13 and then 2, 13 and 2. Coming to the end of number 29, I just put the last two together like I'm supposed to, and then just slip stitch. So rounds number 30, 31, and 32 is one single crochet in each all the way around again. So 30, 31, and 32. Please do that one single crochet around in each. Okay, I've come up to the end of round number 32. This is what it looks like so far. It's looking pretty good. We're getting close to the finish. So we're gonna do another steady decrease. So we're just gonna chain up one, and we're doing one single crochet in the first 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then two together. So the next one we're gonna do 12 in a row. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then put two together and do that one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then put two together. And then the remaining of this round is just one single crochet in each, and that was round number 33, and then just join it to the top of the beginning, and then let's move on in this pattern. Slip stitch, and let's turn the page and let's move on to page number 2. Okay, so we just joined and we're gonna finish round number 33. There was a set of instructions there that I missed. So we did join it, and now we just gotta create the starting loop. So just chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just slip stitch to the beginning and pull through and through. And you're gonna wanna use a tapestry needle, and then this is the hanging loop for your idea. So what I need you to do is grab a tapestry needle to finish this off. So pull the yarn through. You always kind of want to hide in your yarn when you can, especially on a project that you probably will use on a regular basis. So you just want to go in the stitch work, and what I would do is just turn it to the back side and look inside your basket and just drag the yarn through. The type of needle that I'm using, people sometimes ask me, is actually a leather needle. You'll find it in the leather section of the craft store. I discovered felting many years ago, and it came in a kit. I loved it so much. I like how it's flat, and I like how it's bent, so you can actually really separate fibers from each other by using this type of needle, and things really get stuck into place. Good luck trying to get it out though. So you gotta make sure that you're good to go. So that's it. So the basket is now done. and it's actually got a really neat shape to it. You can actually see the kind of the size that it is, and it's actually pretty decent. I can get my fist in without a problem. And let's move on now and let's start doing flowers. So we have 2 sets of flowers, and then you'll have to make 4 leaves, and then you'll just sew it to your outside of your project. So the chart 1 is the large flower, and then chart number 2 here is the small flower. So the written instructions are just right over here if you need to understand that in more detail. So we're gonna begin in using the larger hook. So we're now gonna switch up to your 5.5 millimeter, or sorry, 5 millimeter hook, and then we're going to be using some other colors that you would like to try. So let's begin, and we're gonna start with the large flower first. And if you'd like to look at the example, it shows that it's blue is in the flower, but you can make it any color you wish. Leaving a long strand, you'll want to use that to sew it later. Just create a slip knot from that point using your 5 millimeter size H crochet hook. We want to chain a total of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch to the beginning. There are 7 petals within this flower. It's like a curlicue flower, if that helps you to understand that more. So just slip stitch it to form the ring. So once you understand this, is that you're gonna do round number 1. So chain up 1, and in the center of the ring I want you to put in 7 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And once you have your 7 done, slip stitch it to the first single crochet. So if you're not sure, just count it back like you did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Slip stitch it, and then we're going to then begin the fun stuff. So essentially we have to grow it out, make a long chain, and then work our way back, and we have to do each one of the 7 that you have. To do that, we're going to chain. So we're gonna do chain 1 single crochet in the first one, and then chain a total of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Starting second chain from the hook, just turn it to the back side of the chain and put 3 single crochet in each one of these chains all the way back to that circle. That's all you have to do. So once you do the first 3, jump to the next one, and you'll see it naturally wanting to curl on its own because you're putting in way too many stitches to one stitch. So do this all the way back to the circle, and I'll see you there in just a moment. So I've come all the way back. It's naturally wanting to curl on its own, which is good, and you can always just kind of twist it more if you want it twisted. Once you're all the way back, you've just come all the way to the last chain, single crochet into the next one, and then start again. So chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and second chain from the hook. Do your 3s all the way back, and then continue that around. So you just want to get all 7 of those done, and I'll see you at the end of this round. When you get all the way back around, this is the 7th one. There should only be 7. Just slip stitch it to the beginning, and then just take this yarn, just cut it, and just use your tapestry needle to hide it in. And I would leave the other middle one that I told you to keep long so that you can sew it to the basket. So get rid of this yarn, and we're gonna move on to flower number 2 next. Let's begin the small flower. Leave an extra long tail so that you can use it to sew. And just for reference, I didn't use a lot of this yarn, so I could do another basket with this left over if you wanted to. It's up to you. So 1 and 2, and then slip stitch, or sorry, single crochet, second chain from the hook, total of 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then just slip stitch to the beginning one. If you're not sure, just count it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like, even though I'm experienced, I still always count back. And then slip stitch, and let's begin second round. Nice and easy. So it's just what you already did. The only difference is that you're starting off differently. So you're chaining 1, and you were going to single crochet in the first one like you did before, and this time is only chaining of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not 10 but 7 this time, and then 3 single crochets, second chain from the hook, and in each chain all the way back, and then you'll single crochet back into the next circle, and you'll have a total of 5 of these particular petals. So I pretty much already demonstrated it before, so just only chain 7 when you start out, and then just curl your way back with 3 single crochets in each of the chains. I'll see you at the end of this round, and then we'll move on to making leaves next. So I can see all 5 petals are on here, and I'm just gonna slip stitch to the beginning, and then using my tapestry needle I'm going to just weave in the ends. So I realized in the pattern that I need a button for the middle, so I don't have a button, so I'm gonna show you my improvisation in order to make that happen. I'm not always a fan of buttons, and to be honest with you, I don't like sewing the small stuff. I'm kinda lazy that way. So what I wanna do is I wanna create a button that will sit in the middle here. I'm gonna do that with a crochet hook, and then I'm gonna layer it into the other one. So let's create a button. This is not part of the pattern, just part of my improvisation. Keeping a long strand so that you can use it to sew. This is not part of the pattern, so here's what I would do if I were you, if you didn't have a button. Chain 2 only, and it just applies 6 single crochets into the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and that's all you need to do. Slip stitch to the 6th one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and leave on a long yarn tail at the end. So just put that aside when you're done, and we're gonna use that as our center button, and it matches the color of the basket too, so it looks like it belongs, and we'll just leave that aside, and when we're ready we'll use this as our center button. Pretty nifty, right? Right. So let's continue then and continue in the pattern to make the leaves. So now we want to create 4 leaves. They're actually really quite simple. I just did a first one to make sure that I understood the pattern completely. So once you get it done, just make sure you weave in your ends, and then this will tuck in behind part of that, so you could just see some peekaboos when you're going to do that. So let's continue then into round number, or sorry, into the leaf, and you'll do all 4. I'll just show it to you one time. So leave a little bit of a tail there. You may want to leave on a long tail just to sew it now that I read the instructions afterwards. So that's something that you'll want to, I probably should not have fastened off so early. So let's continue. We're gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're essentially gonna work our way down the chain and then back up the other side, and then you're done. Second chain from the hook, I need you to single crochet. The next one is a half double crochet. The next one is a double crochet, and then the last one we're gonna put 2 half double crochets in the last one, but we're not quite done there yet, so just do it. So 1 and 2, and then it's asking us to chain 2 and then slip stitch to the second chain from the hook. And now we're just gonna turn and go on the underside of this. So starting where those 2 half double crochets come out of, just half double crochet twice. So you're just doing exactly the opposite to what you just did. So you're doing that, and so the next one will be a double crochet. The next one will be a half, and finally the last one is a single crochet, and you're done. And you'll do 4 of these. So just what I would do is just leave on your long tails now, and then you have to sew these to the underside. So I think I just cut that other one a little bit too premature. So please do that and do all 4 now, and I'll see you when we're ready to sew everything together. So now you have choices in the way that you sew those leaves on. So the leaves are literally part of the petal work itself. So you could sew it onto the actual blue section here in behind. Notice that this one here, the leaves are just for them. They're on the one side. The other ones are a little bit more sporadic. So you can have some fun where you want to put your leaves. I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not gonna deny that to you today. And what I would do if I were me is that I would look to this, and I would kind of consider kind of attaching things using one strand. So just grab the largest strand that you did here, and I would start doing that. It's a little peekaboo, right? So it's just attach your first one, so just stay in behind like this, and just favor the one side for how it's peekabooing out. And when you go to sew it, then just continue to go around. I just want to get rid of this yarn here. So when I go to sew it, I'm just going to stay in between the petals section and just kind of coming out and in, or in and out. Then I would just grab another petal and then put that on. So using the same yarn strand. Like that. And so you just want to do little peekaboos like that that come out on the other side. So that's what I would do if it were me, and I would continue to add a few more if you want to be a little more sporadic. You can, like if you want to put it over there or something. That's something that's completely up to you on your creativity and what you would like to do. And I will leave this in your hands. So sew this to the big petal section, the big flower, and I will see you back here in just a moment. Make sure you weave off your ends, and then we'll get ready to layer the other flower in between. Okay, I just finished sewing on my leaves, so I'm gonna take a look at that example that we have, and the leaves are all favoring kind of the one side. I'm leaving in the blue here, so I don't want to touch that. So now I'm going to take the other flower, and the other flower I want to weave in all the ends. I said to leave it out, so just weave in those ends first, and then I'm going to be right back, and then we'll put the button in the middle. So I'm now woven in my ends, and I'm gonna take my little button. If you have a real one, you can use that too. You could use a felted ball too, that would be kinda cute. It's up to you, your creativity. And I wanna feed the strand that's going to that button, and I wanna line this flower up. And then I wanna go down through. I gotta make sure I get into the actual fibers. So I'm just gonna pull that button in. And all I wanna do for this button is that I wanna dive in and out around the outside of that button. Well, that's pretty cute. So just coming back out the other side and come up. Only stay within the color of the button. Now if you had a real button, you'd only go through the buttonholes. In my case, I'm improvising, so I'm just going around. So because it's the same color, you can be pretty forgiving. So just keep doing that all the way around, and sew that button on, and then we'll be good to go and attach this to our project next. So now you're gonna take the basket. I would just flatten it out so that you can center that back loopy thing. And honestly, you just want to go through the front layer. So just lay this down. Look at how these round things did. Love it. So all I want to do is just kind of like eye it up where I think it should go. If you want to lean it to one side, you can. I'm gonna stay right in the middle. And once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to peel it back and throw that loop through the project, or that strand through the project. And then coming back out, I want to just go around, and when I do this, I want to kind of peel back the layers and only get the blue. So I don't want to interfere with any other colors so that it doesn't bleed through, and I just want to circle around. Hopefully I left enough strand. So circle it around and attach that. Okay, so the other side you will see that probably the yarn a little bit, but who cares, right? Let's see. So just stay within the blue, circle around, and when you're done, just weave in your ends, and then your basket is good to go. So I'm just attached. I'm good. So now it's a matter of staging. Now just do those little curlicues. If you want those to lean out, you can. If you want it just to kind of fold in, it's up to you. So it's all about staging. Give those leaves a little bit of a yank so they kind of pop out from the back. I'm pretty excited about this. This is awesome. I don't do projects like this very often, so when I do get a chance, they're actually pretty fun. And you're good to go. And I have enough yarn left over so I can actually do more of these baskets if I wanted to. And I couldn't do another one with the orange here, but I do have enough that I could probably do something with the flowering area with the orange, so I could use the other colors for other baskets. And ultimately this is good to go, and I hope that you had a great time today. So until next time, it's Mike on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.